Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to today's Restaurant News Networking Group at 11 a.m. on August the 9th. I'm Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of today's Restaurant News, and we are a group of vendors in the industry who are here to help each other grow our businesses and also to help restaurant owners, managers, or chefs with any issues they may have. So if you want to get in touch with us, give us a call at 561-620-8888 or check out our website at trnusa.com, and also take a look at our YouTube channel under Today's Restaurant, and that can be accessed through our website as well. And I want to thank everybody for coming, and we have several new people here today for the first time. So what I'd like to do is introduce these new people so they can tell us who they are. And I'm going to start with Brian.
Hey everybody, my name is Brian Denton. I'm the general sales manager for Prairie View Industries. We specialize in wheelchair ramps, modular and portable, and then we also do food service equipment. So we do a wide range of different food service equipment when it comes to pan racks, lug racks, bulk movers, workstations, trash can dollies and backsplashes, and a lot of different miscellaneous things as well that we do. We're a aluminum and stainless steel fabricating shop that kind of specializes in a lot of different things, but we're looking to push our food service equipment. We actually are able to ship nationwide. We're centrally located, about as central as you can get in the United States. Matter of fact, the geographical center of the United States is only 60 miles from us. So easy for us to get it all over the country. Within 3 days for stocked items, and within a week or so of non-stocked items. We do quite a bit of, custom stuff if absolutely needed, but we would like to push our food service equipment a little bit more. We are working on a new catalog at this point in time. The last time the catalog was done was probably 10 years ago. So we're looking at sales that we've had, bringing down some of the items that we maybe didn't sell a whole lot of, but we're still going to offer some of the items that we maybe don't have in our catalog. So we're in a town of about 3,400 people, and we employ 83 of them, 3,400 people. So big employer in our area. Yeah, we just want to try to push that food service equipment in any way we can, and help anybody that needs any of that equipment. So
In my conversation with Ferry,
yes.
we discussed that you, correct me if I'm wrong, that you're in the process of building your rep network.
Yes, absolutely. So as the general sales manager, I'm looking for help in different aspects of the business, because we have three different major aspects of the business. So it's easier to have one person that kind of configures to each need, if that makes sense. So we are looking to build that distribution business for the food service is what we're really trying to focus on this year.
We have a member who's here today, who's a large food service equipment dealer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the two of you will have a lot to talk about.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So are you done with your intro?
Yep, that's
Okay.
pretty much all I got.
Tell us how we can reach you.
Yep, so you can reach us at www.pvimanufacturing.com or 402-729-4055 is our phone number. And then you can reach me as the general sales manager at Denton, Denton, at pviramps.com.
Okay. Like I
Ramp,
said,
I'm sorry, is it ramps plural or just one ramp?
It's ramps plural.
Okay. Ferry, you there?
Yes, Howard.
Okay, you want to add anything to what Brian said?
Just that we're very excited to have this catalog roll out. You know, we're aiming to expand our presence in the food service industry. You know, we're trying to aim for the vibrant industries like Southeast Florida, Georgia, New York. You know, we want to expand our presence. It's a big market. You know, people got to eat regardless of how the economy's doing. But yeah, I'm very glad to meet all of you and looking forward to working with you guys.
Great, welcome.
Oh, and Howard,
cool.
would you remind them about your spreadsheet after so people aren't writing stuff down?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. For the new people, at the end of this meeting, I will send everybody a spreadsheet with everybody's contact information. So, I mean, you could take notes if you want, but it's not necessary.
Okay.
Contact information. Okay? Did I do okay, boss?
Well, I was feverishly writing down his email because I have some questions.
All right, let's go to another new face here, to Segie.
Sorry, I was on mute. Hi, everyone. My name is Segie. The company is called Cypress Engineering. I'm an engineer in my core, 20 plus years of experience in corporate America, manufacturing, warehousing, automation. And I recently founded a company that gives services, automated software and hardware services. And I'm a black belt in lean manufacturing, lean methods, and Six Sigma, which means I can really help you figure out how to improve efficiencies. I'm an authorized partner with Monday.com, which is a software that can really help you improve communication between the teams, workflow, automate a lot of the processes that you do, and have it all visual on your screen and on the palm of your cell phone. And I'm very excited to be here.
Well, welcome. Tell us how we can
Thank
reach
you.
you.
So my phone number is 561-454-9677. And the email is my first name. I mean, it's going to be kind of cumbersome to spell it. I'll just text it in the chat box.
Great.
Okay, well, again, the reason that I ask you to give us this contact information is because we're putting it on YouTube. And so that
Okay.
I want people out there to be able to
Okay, got
contact
it.
us.
So it's my first name, Segie, Sagie, as Edward, at Cypress, Cypress, engineering.com.
Okay, thank you. Where did he go? I was looking for all right. I'm gonna go. John Marinek, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you first because some of the new people directly could interact with you.
I'm John Marinick with Marinick Food Service Consultants. We design restaurants and consult on different problems they may have. As you've heard, we travel all around the world doing it, and just finished working on the Paris Olympics and was over in Uzbekistan working on a project and working on the US Open recently. So if you need any kind of design, give us a call, 954-817-1183.
Okay, thank you. I don't know where Jerry disappeared, so we'll have to come back to him. Let's go to Darren. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Darren Gull, Tracy.net, taking the aches and pains out of phone and internet services. We have a lot of new products coming soon, so we are working on a lot of different things we can offer, but getting more into the cybersecurity realm and ransomware recovery. So look for some exciting new things to come soon. That's tracy.net, TRACI.net. It's an acronym, not a name. Transmit, receive, and communicate information. You can call us at 800-881-8899 or hit us via email at sales@tracy.net.
Okay, thank you. There's Jerry. Jerry slipped off and now he's back.
He did.
Yeah, he's back. Jerry, you with us? No, Jerry, you with us? There he is.
Yeah, sorry, I got kicked out. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. We didn't do it.
Aw.
Just trying to tell you something.
You know, that's how you know your membership is up.
Uh-oh.
do your intro now, because I want some the new members to know you specifically.
All right, cool. My name is Jerry Mangual. I'm the Director of Business Development for a company called Restaurant City. Restaurant City is a fourth generation family-owned business with 5 equipment superstores spanning the East Coast, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and 2 down here in South Florida, 1 in Pompano, 1 on the West Coast and in Sarasota. We have over 100 years of experience helping food service businesses such as restaurants, food trucks, any kind of kitchen, finding the right equipment. We have basically anything that you would need in a restaurant with the food or disposables in our warehouse, in our showrooms. Everything in stock, ready to go. You can be reached at Jerry with a G, Gerry at restaurantcity.com, or my cell is 954-415-3040. Thanks.
Hey, thank you. Terry Arks, good morning.
Good morning. Hope everyone's doing great on this Friday afternoon, and my landscaping people are finished over here, so that's good. My name is Terry. As you can see, my business is Creative Business Impressions, and I am the person that helps your customers remember who you are. Your customers, your prospects, getting your name in front of people. So I'm trying to this morning I can't seem to find it on my screen here, but I wanted to talk real quickly about, bottled water. A lot of restaurants sell bottled water, and like the Aquafina kind of packaging, and you can put your logo on them. And this subject has come up just recently, the difference between purified water and spring water. I have this in my background here, but you're not gonna be able to see the whole thing. I can't size it properly. But I'm going to put it on to the Facebook page. And basically the difference is spring water definitely directly comes from the ground. And so it's actually better for you. Purified water has been recycled from who knows where. And so I'm going to put this on the Facebook page. But a lot of restaurants sell water, bottled water on top of their own, sodas and things like that. So this is a great thing to keep in mind when you are looking at purchasing bottled water with your logo on it. And so you can have it, the logo can go on it, and people can take that logo off and keep your information if you want to put that on your bottle. So I've been doing this for 21 years, always working to help restaurants making extra money. So I work these prices for the restaurants. So my information is, my phone number is 561-308-1393. And my email address, terry.arke@outlook.com. And I'll put the information in the chat as well.
Okay, thank you.
Howard, 1 second. Terry, that was my favorite intro you've ever done. Of the we help restaurants get noticed more. That was my favorite intro of yours. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, I have a question, Terry. And just playing devil's advocate, is that legal to take a manufacturer's label off of water and then putting your label on, or does it go in conjunction with that?
Oh, this is to promote your business when you're doing events. So a lot of restaurants do catering and stuff like that, and so you have something that you can take away. Yeah, there's several I have several vendors that do this kind of thing. I prefer the ones that do the spring water. Yeah, and that's why I was promoting this. But yes, it is legal because the manufacturer is going to have their little tiny small print on it as well.
Okay, thank you. Jordan, good morning.
Hello, everyone. Jordan, CEO and co-founder of Starfish here. We all know restaurants struggle to understand their finances. Most of them have no idea what's happening between their top line revenue and cash in the bank. What we do here at Starfish is we automate P&L analysis. So instead of a restaurant having to look at a complicated P&L, look at Excels from their bookkeeper, we have built a software that automatically analyzes the P&L for our restaurants, distills the P&L into AI-generated action items that show the restaurant clearly step by step how to lower costs and increase profits. We had a customer sign up with us the other day, and they saved $2,000 a month within their first week on Starfish, just by automating their P&L, finding places to save money. $2,000 a week in their first 7 days. You can visit our website, usestarfish.com, or you can call me. My cell is 914-844-5775, and my email is jordan.silverman@usestarfish.com.
Great, thank you. I want to go to John Bunn next, but before we do, John, I just want to mention to everybody and people that are here new and that we are planning to do a booth at the Florida Restaurant Show in November. It's going to be under the umbrella of today's restaurant news, and people who are in our group as members are entitled to be under that umbrella with a booth within a booth, so to speak. So keep that in mind if that's something that you might be interested in, to let us know. Sean, what's the deadline for deposits and all that? Do you know?
I know it's coming up soon. He hasn't actually given me the date yet.
Okay.
I'll find out.
Thanks for the referral yesterday. Did not contact them yet. I'll do it today.
Okay.
They didn't call me. So you're up.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is John Bunn. I'm with the Bunn Company. Most everybody has probably seen a piece of twine tied around a bundle, whether it's newspapers, magazines, linen, just about anything you can think of. We've probably tied it in the last 117 years. We're American made. Our materials, the twines, are American made. We've now got a brand new material out that is 100% environment safe, where restaurants and different stores cannot have plastic bags. The single-use plastic is now coming more and more. We're getting more indication. Canada is really pushing it hard in a lot of industries. No more single-use plastic by 2025. So our twine's environment safe. The machines are simple to use. For restaurants, when they can't have the bags, as you can see behind me in the video that's going around, we can tie pizza boxes, clamshells, bakery boxes. We've been in the bakery industry since the 1930s. We can tie water bottles together, 3 or 5 in a group. Literally anything. I still have all my fingers, and I tie my hand every day. So it's safe. See, there's my hands. I've got them all. We're in Lakeland, Florida. Our website is buntyco.com. Our email is info@buntyco.com. And our phone number is 1-800-222-BUNN, B-U-N-N. Twine is really low cost. It'll improve the security because our knot cannot be duplicated by hand. It's always been that way. So it gives the customer an extra level of security just by watching and looking at the product when they get it delivered. Here's a bakery box behind me, as you can see. It's just that simple to tie, and you can carry by it. So it gives them a handle. There's nothing out there more simple and secured. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Stephanie.
What is your name again?
John Bunn, B-U-N-N.
Got
And
it.
it's the
Thank you.
Bun Company, BH Bun Company.
Thank you.
My grandfather invented the machine at the age of 19 back in 1907.
That's crazy. Wow.
Very cool. Very cool.
And I used to buy bakery products from a bakery in Brooklyn. And they had that machine. I remember that so clearly. Where'd she go?
Let me tell you,
Stephanie,
when
there
you
she
get
is.
a chance,
Hi, everybody.
when you get a chance,
My name is Stephanie. This is Aura. My father, Mark, and I, we run Brilliant Computers. We're an IT company based out of South Florida. Hey, hey, you see, I'm on a video. Can you see? All right, we might need to come back to me.
You want me to come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Sean, good morning.
Good morning, Howard. Thank you guys for having me. My name is Sean DeVore with DeVore Recruiting. I essentially a matchmaker. We help with the dating process of hiring. Think about when you met your spouse or your partner. You don't typically talk about money when you first meet them. You dress respectfully, but yet but yet inviting. So these are things that we help with when getting candidates hired. We do everything from culinary to cooks, like to accounting, and we work with a lot of like probably mid to large companies, like probably that are between 15 and a few hundred locations. And the reason they use me as a recruiter is they may have somebody in-house, but that person actually just places an ad and doesn't direct recruit. Most of the clients I have look for people that are like 3 to 5 years at one position. So they want people with a lot of stability. And it's hard to find people that have loyalty and will stick with a job for a long time. The new generation is every 6 months to a year move on. And so that's not really a very admirable or great quality when looking for an employee. So thank you for having me here, Howard. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Okay,
got her
Stephanie, you're
quiet.
back. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Man,
So,
duct tape
anyway.
works great, doesn't it?
What is it?
Duct tape works great, doesn't it?
Yes, yes, it does. So anyway, family business. Mark and I, my father, we run Brilliant Computers together. He's been running Brilliant Computers in South Florida, serving the South Florida and beyond area for over 30 years now. We do all things IT, email, hosting and support, business email. We do hardware and software implementation support, managed services, security, online backup, local backup. We have teams for things such as server maintenance and firewalls, you name it, we can assist you with it. If you have any questions about what we can do, just visit our website at www.brilliantcomputers.com. If you are interested in seeing if we can support you in any way, email support@brilliantcomputers.com. That's SUPPORT@brilliantcomputers.com. We're happy to help. When in doubt, reach out. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. Thanks as always for having me.
Okay, thank you. Chris and Kevin, the dynamic duo.
Hey there. How's everybody doing today?
How you doing?
Doing great. Hey, but before I start, I had an opportunity to meet with Jerry down in Restaurant City in Pompano about 2 weeks ago and toured his warehouse and showroom. And I just want to put a plug in. Beautiful facility, amazing displays and quality of equipment, priced incredibly well. So if anybody has any restaurant groups or clients or people that could look at taking a run over there and looking at what they have, it's certainly worth the trip for sure. And Jerry was very gracious, gave me a personalized tour, and really got an opportunity to meet with him and spend some time with him. So cool company, lots of great stuff, and a great person as a part of TRN. It's an FYI there for him.
Thanks, Kevin.
Sure, of course. So strategic supply chain partners, we are a restaurant hospitality consulting company. We focus primarily on helping our clients in improved costs. We work on a lot of categories off of a profit and loss statement. However, one of our specialties is really working and helping them with how they're structured inside of their primary and secondary distribution companies and any of their vendor partners they buy products from. And we basically renegotiate their distribution agreements. We put them into a much more favorable arrangement with their distributors. And then after we finalize that process, we work on helping them with each item that they have on their descending dollar reports and trying to match them into a better costed and or quality product than what they currently are buying. Example today, we're working on onboarding a new client down in Palm Beach County, got 22 locations. The distributor priced their gloves, latex, vinyl, and the nitriles at $60 a case. We have a program with a manufacturer for $28 to $30 a case. So we're going to roll them into that particular national contract we have with the manufacturer. That one item or group of items, they buy 1,500 cases a year, $20 a case savings. That's a $30,000 savings just on gloves. And they have 901 SKUs that they buy through distribution. So just the first one that we're targeting, it's really simple for us, is going to save them $30,000 a year. So we just kind of go through the whole descending dollar report, and we find all those opportunities that similar to what I just mentioned. If you want to check us out, you can find more information at www.ssc.partners. If you want to call me directly, 407-497-9495. And the real cool thing is we generally work off of a shared savings model. We just go find money for our clients and we just share in the savings. So we don't generally have a fee associated with what we do. Give us a holler and love to talk to you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Friday and weekend.
Kevin, I may have a lead for you.
That'd be great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
One of the people that I have coming next week is somebody who I don't recall exactly, but whether they're importers, I think they are, of disposable paper and plastic products for restaurants. Great. So that may be a great connection for you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Are you on, Chris, or is he?
He's
I'm on barely. I got in at 1 o'clock in the morning after multiple delayed flights yesterday from St. Louis to Atlanta to Birmingham. So I'm running on fumes. I'm letting Kevin do all the talking today.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Did I miss anybody besides Terry? All right. TRN Terry, you're up.
What about Helen?
Who? Oh, Helen. Well, there she is. Helen, good, Helen.
Yes, hi. Hi, my husband Robert and I started DeliciousSpoonfuls.org, which is a nonprofit focused on training and employing people with special needs. And we are running events, either our own or in partnership with other organizations, where we employ people with Down syndrome, autism, mental illness, and other issues, selling ice cream. And we are looking to expand into other opportunities. We were kicking around the idea of partnering with a coffee guy at an event and showcasing the ice cream with the coffee, or somebody selling liquor and great toppings for ice cream that way, and doing larger events where we could showcase more businesses. And we're also looking to do business openings, larger green markets, anything that we could think of or other people think of. And if you're interested, please give us a call, 561-676-2078, or Helen at DeliciousSpoonfuls.org. And I wanted to thank Stephanie for her help straightening out the DNS, which was confusing as can be. And she knows her stuff like the back of her hand. So thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome, Helen, and thanks for the shout out. If you
Yes.
ever need anything, let me know. And also let me know if everything's running well now.
So far.
Good.
Hey, thank you. Okay, boss, you're up.
Hardly the boss, but thank you. Very at today's restaurant news, my specialty is to find out what is opening and where. Our Florida and Georgia reports come out on the 9th. These are in Excel spreadsheets. Many of you get them. And what they are like from Florida, it is the entire state from the Panhandle to Key West. We let you know what stage of construction the restaurant is in, the bar, the 3-story. Everybody is now building up. So I'm getting a lot of emails, a lot of information from our groups, a lot of from PR people telling us that there's going to be a 3 or 4-story, building being built with a rooftop bar, garden area, play area for pets, all kinds of stuff. So we let you know that in the report. The name of the establishment, who owns it, email address, most importantly, phone number, address, complete with zip code, and about when they're opening. It is a massive report. There are a minimum that we guarantee of 50 brand new leads every single month in Florida. In Georgia, the report is a little smaller, but there is a separate report for Georgia, which we've started to include bits and pieces of Alabama. Now that we are connected with them, we have a lot of different avenues that we get information from. It's not easy. So I know how it is when you work, when you say 24/7, believe me, sometimes I'll get a really hot lead. It's like, I have to go and take care of this like right now so I don't forget, and then go back in the morning and finish it up with the calls and whatever to get the information out. If any of you subscribe to the leads, well, a lot of you do in both groups, but they went out yesterday for Florida. Georgia goes out about the 15th. If anyone wants a sample report, email me, Terry at trnusa.com. It won't include the email addresses or phone numbers. It's a year old, but it is a great report. You can see everything but that. And those are actually on the real report. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time, same station.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
I know, right? We will. Oh, yeah, Kevin. I got a lot of Kevin. Great. That alone. John, you're serious today. Smile.
Thanks, boss.
Oh, look at that. Come on now. Terry, good for you. That's what I like to see, a board full of smiles. No matter what, it can always be worse, right? Right, Helen? It can always be. I'm telling
you. A lot worse, yes.
I found bad news out yesterday, and I said, you know what? It can always be worse. And truthfully, until it can't. Anyways, happy weekend.
All right, I want to double back to the new people on the board today. Brian just disappeared. Ferry, you want to add anything?
Well, thank you guys for having us. We do look forward to working with all of you, whether it's with leads or in the food service industry. It takes a lot to deliver coast to coast on that promise, But yeah, thank you guys for having us. We're very honored to be on this channel, and we look forward to working with all of you.
That's great. And Brian, you want to add anything?
No, I think just we did talk about it off the recording, and I just forgot to put it in mind that we do offer wall mount shelving as well. you know, because you were asked about that because you didn't see it on our website, but we do offer that style of product as well. So and we're always developing new products that maybe help. So thank you for having us on, and we look forward to working with all you guys.
Okay, and Segie.
Who?
Segie, he's on mute.
Can you guys hear me? I lost
There you
connection
are.
here for a second.
Go ahead.
What are you guys doing?
If you want to add anything to what you did before, now that you've seen what we do.
No, I just want to say thank you for having me here, and if you guys need any assistance with streamlining your processes and automating them in a very simple way, give me a holler.
Absolutely.
All right. You know, I'm sitting here looking at the board, and Jerry, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Maybe what we can try to arrange, we can pick a date that's convenient for you and for all of us, and for the people who are local, maybe we can all come down to your showroom. And
Sounds good. Let's wait for it to cool down a little bit, but yeah, for sure. We'd love to host you guys.
That would be great. That would be great. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can I make a quick announcement too, Howard? I just wanted to just remind everybody, if I put on the Facebook page, if anyone is interested in coming to a trade show to see what kind of opportunities you have for your restaurant or your business, as far as items that can be used, there's an event coming up, and I put it on the Facebook page down here in South Florida.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Did I got everybody right? Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so Jerry, let me know when would be a good time, and then I'll try to put it together.
Sounds good.
When it cools off, he said. It's too bloody hot right now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Whenever it's good. All right. All right. I want to just bring up, we have a couple of minutes left, so I want to bring up this item that I heard on the news yesterday. This is by no means whatsoever political, but it was brought up by one of the candidates, and I thought it was a pretty simple solution to a problem. And then I started thinking about it, and I saw that it goes down several levels. So let me tell you what it was. I'm not an expert in this part of it. I'm going to lean on Chris and Kevin, if Kevin's still here. Anyway, the idea was that anybody who works on tips will no longer be taxed on their tips. And I thought that was a simplistic, great way to try to bring more people into our industry so that people could look at it as a occupation like they did years ago.
Good.
Then again,
Very good.
like I said, if you start thinking about it, there are other things that come into play. So Helen, you have a thought?
When I was at my first waitressing job down here in Florida.
That's a great idea, Howard. You guys can pay me in tips.
Yeah. We had to write down, some of the tips were cash and some were on the credit cards. So I was the only one who supposedly was making at least 15% in tips, and I wasn't even the best waitress because nobody else was actually listing what they actually made, obviously. I was making 20%, but the other people were listing as if they were making 10%. So they were, how much would be taxed anyway.
Howard, I like if a restaurant would include the gratuity in the bill. And when I just was in Europe, and in France, all gratuity is included when you go. So I think that's a much better way to go, pay them a real living wage and include the gratuity, because honestly, a waitress or waiter shouldn't have to chase somebody out of the restaurant because they're getting stiff. I think that we think of the service people underneath, but in Europe, they don't do that. They treat them like as if they're just as good. So I just think it's a flaw in the way we view the people in the hospitality business.
Here's what I think. I worked in the restaurant. I was a server at one point, and so was my husband. And in California, we made a little bit over minimum wage on our hourly. Then in my coffee shop job, in my restaurant job, whatever my tips were, I don't, to be completely honest, you have nothing to do with my tips. If I'm being kind to my people, even when I worked at the coffee shop, I didn't agree with splitting my tips with everybody, because I personally am giving a tip to somebody when I'm at the restaurant based on how attentive they were to me. If they don't come over, they don't introduce me, they don't give me their name, they come, they take my order, and I never see them again, I'm not giving them $20 bucks. That's not what I'm coming in and paying a tip for. Of course, yes, there's the runner. Yes, there's this person, and they tip out based on that. But if that team worked well, I'm going to be inclined to give a larger tip. When it's built in, when it's a big party, then if it's a really good server, I've thrown in extra money because they're doing really good service. I've walked out and never went back to a restaurant at a restaurant that we had 6 people at. They put in the gratuity, but the service was garbage, and I never went back because I was mad because I'm just paying them the money, they're getting the money anyway, and they're and it's only simply because there are, situations where it's like, I don't need everyone to be like, hi, my name is this, here's your dish, but just like, if I'm saying I'm gluten-free, if you don't know, go ask the chef, make me feel safe, make me feel like I want to come back. If my kids made a mess and I know you guys are going to clean up, I want to be given that choice. But I also want to make sure they're making enough money, right? So I feel like there should be at least enough on the baseline hourly. When my husband was a server, he didn't put down his cash tips, and the entire restaurant did the same thing. Anybody who was working there, they put anything that was on the card tips they put down, but their cash tips, even the restaurant owners were just like we don't, that never sees our hands. So what's the point? So that's just from my generation and our point of view. I think that we hold a value in the quality of care that we provide, and we directly correlate higher tips with customer satisfaction.
Of course, this rule doesn't only apply to food service; this applies to all service industries. Hair salons, nail salons, car hops, caddies.
Same thing. The salon never sees his tips. He gets his tips directly. If they want to pay a tip via credit card, they pay him Venmo or Zelle.
Well, a lot of people now are tipping in cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we do. So they can just put it in their pocket and no one sees it. It's just.
Yeah. Well, a salon, when somebody's doing hair and they are usually paying rent for their space. So I don't know how that really plays out, but the people that own the salon are usually getting their monthly fee anyway. So I don't know.
Right. That's true.
This is more of like an IRS issue, right? Because if you add tips to their salary, then it increases their salary and their taxable wages and everything else.
Right. That's true.
I think for the most part, in the restaurant business, if from what Stephanie said, if it's all cash, they're not accounted for it. Some people say, hey, you know what, rather than say I made $100 tonight, I'm going to put that I made $8 in cash.
The
Just kind of keep it off the radar.
Payment, that's different, but cash tip, it never goes through the register.
Right. So listen, at the end of the day, these service people, it's a hard enough job to begin with. I personally don't agree with adding it to my bill. I understand large parties. I was at a place on Sunday up in Palm Beach Gardens, just 2 people. We sat at the bar, we went for brunch, sat at the bar, had a couple of drinks, some appetizers, and they were like, oh yeah, 20% gratuity was added to you. And to be honest with you,
I'm
that
listening. I'm just
bartender
turning
did an
off.
awesome job. I was gonna give her some more. But hey, you want to, charge me 20% and without me even knowing about it, then it is what it is. But
I sort of disagree once, and Jerry. I would rather have the 20% there where they put, let's say, for example, adding health insurance or adding something else. There's additional 6 or 8, and then you feel obligated to tip the 20. So now it's really 30%, or you have to deduct it. So I just would rather have it very open and here's where it's at, rather than a restaurant, basically trying to get you to tip 30% rather than 20. And maybe it's only in California, but there's a
Or
ton
no
of restaurants.
I mean, just build it into their salary. I've seen restaurants where the culture is very happy because nobody's working for tips and they're all just being given recognition on doing a good job because it's their job to do a good job.
And it says that in those, like, on the menus where I've been there, like, no tips or tip is included in service. I agree, and we pay a little bit more. I would totally pay more to make those people happy, because I think it's not fair. But that's just me.
All right. Anybody else have any thoughts on that?
No, but I know that if Chris wasn't tired, he would have jumped in a long time ago on that topic.
I have a lot of thoughts. This is a very complicated issue. And in the business, I dealt with it for 40-something years. So there's multiple perspectives. I can look at it as an individual taxpayer. I can look at it understanding how much servers make. I understand the tip credit law, so there's multiple issues in place here. Okay. Here's one to consider. I'm sure everybody on this call pays a decent amount of taxes every year. Okay. The simple fact that there's a proposal out there to say that people don't have to pay taxes on tips. Again, there are servers that work in restaurants that can, like in New Orleans, there's restaurants where people have been in the same job for 40 years at these high-end restaurants, making 6-figure incomes on tips.
Right.
The minimum wage law allows an employer to take a credit against minimum wage, so you only pay them. I think the number is still $2.15 an hour.
Right.
The assumption is you make the difference in tips. If you're making a 6-figure income, or even 50, 60,000, 40,000 a year in tips, you're making way more than minimum wage. And to say that you're only going to pay taxes on the $2.15 and the rest of it you don't pay taxes on, I would ask everybody to consider, how do you feel about that as a taxpayer?
Well, what about
And the next step is all the restaurant owners and managers who don't understand how the IRS works, tell people things like, oh, just claim your cash tips. Or, I'm sorry, just claim your credit card tips, whatever, and don't worry about the rest of it. Okay, well, that potentially is income that they're getting tax-free. So it's allowing people to work for money under the table, essentially. If you agree with that, then this proposal makes sense. If you don't agree with it, and your belief is people should pay their fair share of taxes, maybe you would look at it a little bit differently, okay? The other thing is, here's how the IRS works with restaurants. And they have a formula to determine, based on reported sales, how much a server theoretically should have made in tips. And if they see you significantly underclaiming tips, it can trigger an audit for you as an individual. But here's the kicker. It triggers an audit for all the tipped employees in the restaurant. So if an individual is not claiming their tips correctly, they put themselves, all their fellow tipped employees at risk, and the restaurant. I would simply ask everybody to consider what's the right thing to do in that situation. Because again, Howard said he didn't want to be political, so I'm being just factual about this.
I think the
This is a
most
complicated issue.
Is just no tip, just whatever the price is, and then pay your people there. And then if they do well, offer bonuses as part of your organizational structure.
You know, this
Ellen
is
had
an
her hand
issue.
up.
Now, Chris,
this issue seemed very simple. I mean, it seemed like a very innocuous statement until you start thinking about it. And then we're what, 15 people here? I'm sure we have 15 different opinions on this. So imagine what's going on in Washington.
Yeah.
That's the only political I'm going to say.
If they can't prove the tips and they're paying cash for other things, then what, a lot of people are they need money desperately. And you can, if they claim everything now the ones getting the 6-digit figures, that's different. Absolutely. But you got somebody working in a small mom and pop cafe and they don't make anything, and someone hands them something, a $5 bill because they did a great job. That's questionable.
Yeah, I'm with Chris a little bit on it to look at it from the fact of the impact beyond that little bit of tip money, how it affects the taxes overall in the country. And as Chris is saying, we're paying more in taxes because of this. That's really what you want to ask yourself is, do we want to fund this? Or, I mean, like with our services, I mean, we don't send out a bill with a tip form where people can tip us. I mean, that'd be wonderful. We could, probably get some extra money, but, why is the service industry considered tip based? Why don't they just charge a fair amount? And it's just because people are fear of the sticker shock of higher prices. But when you get done with the tipping, you're paying that price anyway. So why not just be upfront about it and simplify it? That's my opinion.
I agree from a business standpoint.
But then
one thing that happens if you don't declare all of your income tips and otherwise, when you get to the point of needing Social Security income, you're cheating yourself in the long run because it'll show like you made $2 an hour as opposed to the other $200 you made in tips.
Right.
And you're not getting credit for that when it comes to Social Security, Medicare, whatever other deductions are out there.
Yeah.
So
They're not thinking that far ahead, Helen.
Well, I'm at the point where I appreciate that.
These are really good conversations to have. And honestly, I really like that this conversation took this turn because, something maybe you all don't know about me is I did business school. So I have a business management degree. And so I've studied finance, I've studied technology, business solutions, and I understand that bigger picture, right? And I like that we've kind of circled in the direction of something that, really does, it's happening more often. New restaurants are opening up and they literally have a sign that says, no tips, right? And those people are happy. Those people are paid enough. And, I've worked for a job where like there was incentives, that if we do well and we make this many sales, then I can give you a little extra or we can go on have like a party or do something, that I think would create just better culture overall, because there is definitely this like disparity, especially in the States where they're making less than minimum wage, right? And then you have to come up with these, well, if you don't make this many tips, which is the problem with cash now, if you don't make this much in tips to cover to a minimum for the hourly, then I have to cover the extra. So there is definitely a risk there, because now if the companies are covering the extra, but you're not counting the cash, now people could start taking advantage. So like, again, these are good conversations to have. I'm glad this is happening within this industry, because this could mean that we're, hopefully going in a better direction, because obviously our country needs, the country needs the taxes to be able to provide the essential services that we as people need.
Well, like I said before, I thought was a very simple solution, which has many layers to it. And I'm sure that we've only scratched the surface, but we're at the end of our time. So I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank Ferry, Segie, and Brian.
Thank you guys for having us.
I hope you'll, I'm going to keep this board open after we stop recording, so that we can have some conversations privately. So thank you all for coming. Have a great weekend, and let the sauce be with you.